So you want to open a brick and mortar store. Say goodbye to ever having a normal weekend again. Say goodbye to ever sitting down for a meal again. Say goodbye to trusting in humans again. Say goodbye to finding good employees. Say goodbye to not dealing with theft. And say goodbye to paying yourself consistently. As obviously, you know, there's some truth to my jokes, but honestly, it can be the most rewarding experience of your life if you truly allow it to grow, give it time, and you actually have a passion to be in retail. Because it's a racket, I'll tell you that. There's nothing easy about reselling items or creating your own items and selling them. It's still a battle against any big box store, including, you know, Amazon. So be prepared for a long journey, some crushing inventory, and a lot of disgruntled customers. So on this channel we discuss opening, growing, and owning a small business. That's what we do every single day. We've run this grocery store for almost 6 years now. Felicia's a real estate agent, and I have a few food products that I'm distributing out to the world. Speaking of, where are we here? This is our coffee line. We brew this every single day. You can try it at 13grandcoffee.com. I think it's some of the best coffee out there, and if not, just hit the like button. I'll send you 1 bean to your house. So listen, this video is not to discourage anybody. It's not to sway you from your dreams or crush your perceptions of what it's like to own a brick and mortar store. I'm giving you the inside scoop that no one really likes to discuss when it comes to business and entrepreneurship, because what is entertaining on YouTube? You know, the Andrew Tates and the people that are telling you they're making millions every month and they're buying this and that. They're showing you everything that's glamorous, but they never show you the reality behind the scenes. And that's what I wanted to do with this channel, and that's what we've been doing for the past 4 or 5 years. And I really can thank our subscribers for keeping us going. If you'd like to subscribe, you know where to press subscribe. The first thing I would tell you guys is that your business will be a 24/7 hour job. It doesn't go away. There's no punching out. There's really no days off. Even with staff, you'll be called in, you'll be called for problems. Even if you close the store to take a vacation for a week like we do, you'll be constantly thinking about what you have to do when you get back, the sales you're losing because you're closed. You'll get emails on why you're not open. The phone will be ringing asking why you're closed, even though you posted it on your door. Social media, you told everyone 2 weeks in advance. Just know that this business is truly 24/7. When you have a physical location, people need to see you open at all times. Even if they do not want to come in, they just want to see you open to give them the option to come in. And when you're closed and someone comes to you for the first time, they are most likely not going to return, because this is the way the consumer is. I spent my time coming to you. You were supposed to be open and you closed to go do something else. I'm dissatisfied. That was your one and only chance. Okay, mind you, you can have people running your store and helping you, no problem, but just know it's still going to be a 24/7 gig. And you might like that. You might love that 24/7 gig, but don't start a business to have more free time. That's all I'm saying. So here's another harsh reality for you. Be aware that just because you're working doesn't mean you're getting personally paid. You may be keeping the store going, but doesn't mean you're taking anything home. So I usually suggest for people to have 12 months to 18 months of their personal expenses covered before starting this type of business. Because for that first year, we didn't take a dime home. Our personal accounts were not the best looking after that year. And then slowly, drip by drip, the pool filled up again, and we had to be patient, but we ended up, seeing the rewards of our labor. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand there's definitely no get rich quick business out there. And this business is definitely not get rich quick. If anything, it can do the opposite. Unless you've subscribed to this channel, then you mitigate your risk and you succeed like the rest of our subscribers. The other thing you want to notice is your customer. You know, when you used to work a service-based job or retail and you would get pissed and didn't care if the customers came back? In this business, when you're the owner, you need those customers to come back. So you will be taking even more crap from customers than you did when you were just an employee. Now, I'm not saying let people treat you like shit. I'm not saying every customer is right and you can't fire a customer. But what I'm saying is you will personally care a lot more when you get a bad review, a bad rating, a bad Facebook post than you ever did before. Because when someone insults your business, it's like they're insulting your mom or your dad or your son or your daughter. You take it personally because you've built it. You spent probably 90% of your time in this business. So just be aware that you will be hypersensitive to any negative critiques or disgruntled customers. If someone ever hits you with the line, "You'll never see me again in here," yes, you're probably happy they'll never come back, but you always kind of think, okay, well now, you know, that person isn't spending money in my store in the future. Which is a catch-22 because you don't really want to see them again sometimes, because some customers can be quite awful, but you need the sales no matter what. So try to keep a nice balance of your respect and your disgruntled customers in a nice basket where they flow in and out as needed. I hope that makes sense. So at the same time, you will be wearing every hat of the business. You'll be a cashier, you'll be stocking the shelves, you'll be mopping the floors, you'll be doing invoicing, you'll be, you know, doing returns, you'll be ordering, you'll be cleaning the coolers, you'll be plunging toilets. You will be doing everything. I know what you're saying. Yeah, but Ray, you can have employees and you're the manager. You didn't outsource this right. I know maybe 15 owners of stores 10 times the size of this who are still covering for employees, managing this, managing that, watching over new employees, training people, still plunging toilets. You know, these things you think I'm the only one who has to do them because I have such a small business in this space, but you can go to most no frills or independently owned grocery stores that are 10 times the size of this, and the owners are there still working. They're overseeing everything. And I'm not talking about, oh Ray, I go to Metro and the owners aren't there. Those are national chains. Some of them can be independently owned as well. I go to Walmart and the owners aren't there. I understand, okay? I'm talking about usually independently owned stores, even 10 times the size of this. The owners are still running the show. They barely get away. I've talked to them myself and they're happy. Trust me, you know, they find the achievement, the passion behind doing this, but don't be fooled by the, you know, I get to come in and tell people what to do and sign checks and, you know, then I can take a month off and no one's gonna be bothering me. You're absolutely wrong about this type of business. You don't end your day when the store closes. There's a ton of other things to do. You don't start your day when the store opens. Like I said before, do not start a business if you're looking for more free time. And like I said before, I'm not trying to dissuade anybody with the harsh realities of being in business. I love this business. It is probably one of the best things I've done. Yes, and I'm not going to lie, the hours are insane. You will not have a life like you did before. But you know what? I would rather work for $50,000 a year for myself than $100,000 for someone else going to a job I don't enjoy. That's just me. I mean, maybe you have a different view, maybe you have a different perspective. Maybe you tried this before and it's not for you, and now you're making more money doing something else. I want to work for myself. This is what I'm currently doing. Whether we move on to something else in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years is another story. However, this was a good entry-level business for me. Whether I expand it is another story, but that's all my choice. It's on me how much I want to take on. That's what I love about business. It all comes down to me, my choices. I get to kind of create my own path, kind of decide my salary if things go right, and at the end of the day, you know, there's no one telling me what I can and cannot do. I can use my phone when I want. I don't have to deal with coworkers I don't like. You know, there's a lot of pros, but this video is going to be, you know, about the realities that you won't see unless you've done it before. And the one thing that no one talks about is the amount of wasted money that comes with owning a business. Every mistake you make shows up in your bank account. Everything that you try that doesn't work out, like marketing or new signage or new products, costs money. Every product that doesn't sell in this business is food waste. And that's what we're doing right now, mitigating some food waste. Felicia's making some potato salad out of old potatoes. But I'm telling you, in any business, any brick and mortar, any retail, any time you're dealing with products, there's going to be thousands of dollars of things that don't sell, and you'll have to figure out a way to get rid of them or cut your losses or discount them by 80-90% just to move them out the door, because every last inch is important. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm talking about retail space. But yeah, just be careful with those hidden costs that come with owning a business. Your boss that you work for right now is the one dealing with them, but when you become your own boss, you'll be dealing with all of those mistakes and food waste or products yourself. Another big factor that most people don't realize when they work for themselves or they're in business, especially in a place like this where you set everything up and then kind of just wait for it to sell. I mean, you still have to manage everything and stock products, but there's a lot of downtime. And if you don't have self-discipline, that will be your #1 killer for this type of business. When there's 10 things to do, but there's nothing, when there's nothing mandatory or no boss telling you to get this done or you're fired, you may feel like, yeah, you know what, I'll just chill on my phone for 45 minutes. I might just, you know, get back to it in an hour and a half. And I'm a culprit of this. I waste a lot of time here. I'll start something, some emails, then I'll go to a video, then I'll watch another video, and then I'm behind on 6 other things. If you cannot self-discipline, that will roll on and keep, you know, following you in track into other problems. So the lack of discipline can be, it's fine. It's fine, like we saw you. The lack of discipline can be what leads to your failure, because it's like going to the gym. You know you have to go, you know you should go, but nothing really happens right away if you don't. No one's gonna get mad at you, no one truly cares, except in the future you become unhealthy, you lose muscle mass, you become overweight. It's just like this business. If you cannot self-discipline, nothing happens right away. It shows up in the future with bad products, unhappy customers, you're out of something because you didn't watch your stock well enough. So be careful what you let go when you're in business for yourself, because it only comes back onto you later on anyway. So even for example, today our day started at 8. We picked up a bunch of corn at the farm. Now it's almost 8 right now, and we're just finishing up cleaning, taking out garbages, preparing stock for the next day. Then I'm going home and sending an order to a wholesaler for a produce delivery tomorrow. It's been very busy. That's kind of why we're here so late. But be aware of 10, 12, 14-hour days. And I know people will tell you, you know, leave work there. It's always going to be there the next day. Unfortunately speaking, when there's just too many things to do, that really doesn't apply. So that's just my personal example of, you know, a glimpse on one day out of the week for us when it's kind of busy in the summer. So I'm going to end this video here, guys. I hope you took some value. I hope I gave you the inside scoop on what it's like to be in this type of business, the brick and mortar retail boutique grocery style business. And you know, I hope you take this and use it in your own business and find some value in it. Yeah, so have a good night.